Do you want to create a breakthrough in your life, in your business? Do you want to create new realities? Well, if you want to do that, you must be willing to shift the way you're operating and the way you see the world. I say this with confidence because I've been through it myself. Every step in the journey I have as a leader and as a business owner and entrepreneur has been something that challenged me to grow as a person. And not just in the strategies of business, but in every aspect of my life. And I say all this because I want to share with you one tool in that journey that may help you understand how to create that breakthrough. And if you are a sports fan, you'll completely get this. Even if you're not a sports fan, I'm going to explain this in a way that you'll understand. But this concept or this exercise is called looking at the game film. Now, before we get there, let me just explain a little bit about who I am. My name is Hammett. I help leaders understand who they are as a leader so that they can become and activate growth within their company and within their teams. Now, this comes with a lot of stress, and this comes with a lot of frustration if you've been trying to do it without a guide, without someone to really help you see what you can't see for yourself. And so I create that space, and I create the workshops, I create speeches, I create executive coaching experiences to help my clients really understand the things that they need. Now, a lot of the exercises that I share with my clients, I want to come back to you and give you some of those exercises. So today we're going to talk about looking at the game film. If you want to create a breakthrough in your life, you must be willing to look back at the history or the past of what you've been doing and be able to look at it from an eye or a perspective that how could you improve? Where could you make changes? And be honest with yourself. It's hard to do this. It's hard to look at those shadows. And it just really is something that will change you if you're willing to do it. Have you ever not hit a goal and gone back and looked and said, well, why is it that I not hit that goal? Why did I not lose the weight? Why did we not hit the revenue that we wanted? Why did this person not really become the leader that we thought they would be? Now, you can blame someone else, or you can take responsibility for this, or ownership, if you will, of how you can look back at that game film. A lot of this comes from a conversation. I watched an interview with Lewis Howes on the School of Greatness. And this interview was with Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant's amazing. I don't think he's the greatest player of all time. I'm going to reserve that for Michael Jordan. You may argue with me, but when Kobe Bryant talked about after college, through every year of the pros, every game, he would go back and look at the game film. The reason behind that was because he was willing to look at what he could have done better. Even as a master and a great that he is, he was still looking at the game film because he knew there was a lot to learn about how he was showing up. Whether he was hustling at the right points, whether he was back on his heels or whether he was on his toes. All of the details that he was looking for, he would be able to pause it, rewind it, and play it again. I say all this to you because if you're willing to create a breakthrough, you must be willing to go back and look at the game film. Look at the past. Look at what you're really doing. And that is necessary for you to grow as a leader and as a person. Now, you can take my word for it, or you can actually take a goal that you didn't hit and go back and look and say, what are the habits that I put in place to make sure that I hit this? What are the systems that I was working on this? Where did I make this a priority? Look at your calendar and say, where was I working on that goal? And if you don't like what you see, then you know that you can shift into something that will better serve you to become the person and create the breakthrough that you want. So be willing to look at the game film of your life if you want to exceed moving forward. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to live in the past. This is a momentary thing, but I want you to make sure that you actually do this. So my name is Hammett. I work with hyper-growth companies that want to understand growth. They want to activate their team to think independently, to engage them to think like owners and not just people who show up to do the work. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. As always, lead with courage, and I'll see you next time.